No, 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 no. There has been a new report that links Jakob Poeltl to the LA Lakers. The Lakers are trying to acquire the Raptors center after acquiring Luka Doncic and completely depleting their front court. And the offer they can send to the Toronto Raptors, even one of their best offers, just makes absolutely no sense for the Toronto Raptors to accept. But we've heard the asking price for the Toronto Raptors, for Jakob Poeltl in this report, in this discussion, and frankly, it is too little. I get there are a contingent of the fan base that wants to capture a flag, that wants to bottom out. And the easiest way this team can bottom out, can take some L's, can automatically boost our chances at getting Cooper Flag is by selling out Jakob Poeltl for some not, valuable assets in the short term, long-term assets. It could be ideally, but this would be a serious mistake. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So we're going to break down what this report is saying, what the reported asking price is for Jakob Poeltl right now out there on the open market, and what it means for the Toronto Raptors moving forward if this actually goes down. But folks, it has been an insane trade deadline so far across the NBA. The Raptors haven't done anything big yet, but we'll keep you tuned. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with everything that's going on, if you're part of that 67% that hasn't hit the subscribe button. But let's dive into this, because there's been a lot of people questioning about the direction of this Raptors team. What's going to happen? What are they going to do heading into this year's trade deadline? Are they going to bottom out, trade Chris Boucher, trade Bruce Brown, trade all these guys, and maximize our chances with those lottery picks? Trade Jakob Poeltl even though he's been awesome for this team this season and projects to be a long-term fit for this group? Or are they going to make a win-now move? Are they going to expedite this rebuild around Scottie Barnes, around this team with how good the team has been playing as of late, and go in that direction? Well, the Lakers, they're trying to, they just had their introductory press conference for Luka Doncic. They are trying to make multiple moves. Multiple moves has been reported in terms of what the Lakers are trying to cook up, and Jakob Poeltl is the ideal fit for that team. But essentially, the new reports have come out. I'm just going to read it and then react. The Raptors have one in Jakob Poeltl, a center, the 29-year-old Austrian who is having one of his best seasons. The Lakers have inquired about him, but the sense is the Raptors are holding out for a better offer that would include a first-round pick, likely with a certain level of protection. And the only one the Lakers have left to offer is a 2031 first that they've been clutching tightly for years. Now, this is and then basically the article goes on to say the Lakers know it would be pretty hard, not impossible, to get him. So that makes a ton of sense. But looking at this wording, looking at this language, the Raptors are holding out for an offer that would include a first-round pick, likely ones with protections. I get that home fan teams overrate their players. I know I have a history of overrating our Toronto Raptors, but I've been right sometimes. That Norman Powell deal, I was immediately frustrated when that deal went down, and people are calling me crazy. Hey, Norman Powell isn't that guy. Now look at him. The guy could have been an all-star this season. But I digress. One protected first-round pick would be an absolute robbery. It would be a theft by whatever team is able to get Jakob Poeltl for that. Unless, it's going to be the number one overall pick, unless it's going to be like a top 5 pick in the NBA draft or something along those lines. But just your run-of-the-mill, especially a protected first-round pick, especially one that goes into the 2030s, if the Raptors even think about pursuing this, if they even contemplate, Masai stays on the phone when talking about a guy that's in the prime of his career, 14.4 points per game, 10 rebounds on a very reasonable contract. It's one of the better not like shot blocking centers in the NBA, still gets 1.3 blocks per night, but one of the better rim protectors out there in the entire NBA. If Masai Ujiri even contemplates all of this stuff and what's going on here now, what are we doing? What are we doing if we're even out here entertaining discussions about a first-round pick from the LA Lakers? In terms of an offer that the LA Lakers could reasonably offer, there's a couple. You go the route of Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, and then a first and a second. That's a first-round pick these are ones that could feasibly go through. And we're taking on 2 bad contracts. Jared Vanderbilt is a good player. Gabe Vincent's played a little bit better as of late, but both those guys have not been good lately. I mean, Gabe Vincent, 5 points per game, 1 rebound, 1 assist, shooting 33% from the three-point line, 28 years old, no high upside there. Then you also have Jared Vanderbilt, who this season, 2.5 points per game, 5 rebounds, is an elite defender, I will say, is very, very good on the defensive end, is still young, has some high potential and things like that, but it's very, very just underwhelming in terms of the players. Of course, you get that 2031 Lakers pick, and that would be a cool pick. But they have Luka Doncic on their organization now. Luka Doncic is on this team. He's probably going to be there for a very long time. I don't project the Lakers 2031 pick to be great, and that's like 6 years away. 6 years. We have Scottie Barnes on our team right now. That makes no sense in terms of a package. And then one that's a little bit better because Rui Hachimura is all right, like he's an all right basketball player. Hachimura, Christian Wood, and then the same picks for Jakob Poeltl. Like, Rui Hachimura is a player that I think is getting undervalued a little bit across the NBA. 13 points per game, 5 rebounds, is good at basketball, knocks down threes, floor spacer, only 26 years old. But again, for Jakob Poeltl, where it's so hard to get a proper center around your team, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Jakob Poeltl wants to be here. He's been awesome in the rebuild. And if this actually goes, like if this is the deal, if this is the market for Jakob Poeltl, Masai Ujiri better not trade him. Because the language being used, the discourse, the talks, the Raptors are willing to hold out for an offer that would include a first-round pick. So does this mean the buzz, the chatter, the LA Lakers, they're not even offering their first for Jakob Poeltl? They think, hey, Rui Hachimura and Christian Wood or whoever the heck it is going to get a deal done for this Raptors team? Like, that is absolutely asinine. That is absolutely cooked. Like, you have to be on drugs if you think Jakob Poeltl is going to go out there on the open market. I don't care if the Raptors are bottom out tanking. I don't care, whatever it is. Out of principle, you cannot do that if you're Masai Ujiri. Because you know what that sends to the rest of the NBA? Oh, Raptors fire sale. Raptors, free pickings in terms of who you can take, who you can pick up, who you can get. Because any negotiations, it's similar to, speaking of Luka at Dallas Mavericks, they just had a deal where they gave away a second and Quentin Grimes for a worse player. Like, other teams in negotiations, they see you make just a stupid, silly move. They're going to expect the only moves you can make out there in the future, again, are these stupid, silly moves. Because that's all the offers you're going to get. So you're hurting your negotiation buy power. I know it's like, what is it, though? What's the verbiage? Loss, you gain by losing a piece. You gain by that direction because, of course, you would be having a better shot at capturing that flag. Jakob Poeltl off this team certainly makes his team worse, but it definitely makes his team way worse for the future. And we know we spent multiple seasons without a center. We spent multiple years without a center, and now we're just going to go down that route again for nothing, for no real compensation, for nothing really in return. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't prove to be any decent logic. I mean, I'm not trying to stress about 2031. I'm not trying to stress about even like if it's a top 10 pick and it's already that's in 6th grade or something here now at this point. We cannot do that if we are the Toronto Raptors. So I'm praying that this gets avoided. I'm praying this isn't the route that the Raptors go down this trade deadline. We'll see what ends up happening. Of course, there are a bunch of blockbuster moves happening. So if you guys want to stay up to date with it all, hit that subscribe button. But you guys are the best. I'm signing out. Cheers.